Listen, we are back. Make sure you like this video as you are coming in. Make sure you like it. Thank you. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New. And, honey, I am back in the building. Listen, this time, honey, I'm here to talk about the real reason why Martell Holt couldn't stop cheating on his then wife Melody. Now, I read you all what this lady said about how he must really be so in love with Arionne Curry, honey, because he couldn't stop cheating. He kept getting her pregnant right along with Melody, and he just really must love her because he had her on the bench for all them years. And y'all really do be believing that because somebody has been in your bed for a whole bunch of years, they never made an honest woman out of you, they love you? Like, to me, if he really loved her, he would have, like, married her right after him and Melody broke up. He didn't do that. He chose to date and stick his dick in other women after his breakup with Melody. He was out here with Belinda. He was out here with Sheree. It was some other women, honey, that Miss Robinson can't think of. But if you can think of them, put them in the comments. Help us sister out, okay? So I want to read you guys' comments on that. So let's get off into it. So one person says, Arionne does not intimidate Martell. He doesn't love her. He's trying to make the best of his situation. At the same time, I think Martell is clinging to a little hope that Melody might want to reconcile. Give up on that pipe dream, sir. It's done. He should know that Melody don't want to reconcile, but I could see him still, yeah. Because Melody was good supply. The money was moneying when Melody was in the equation. To me, it seemed like he lost interest in Arionne once Melody broke up with him. I told y'all, there are people that will get together to snake you. This whole situation with Martell and Arion against Melody was definitely spiritual warfare. Okay? That's what it was. Martell and Arion were monitoring spirits of Melody. They were. Arionne wanted Melody's money and her lifestyle. Why you think when she was over there talking to Yolanda, she kept saying, well, Melody had a team. Melody had this, and if he doesn't end up doing this and doing that, then I'm really going to walk away from him. We heard it all before. Okay? We heard her down to the internet crashing out because he was dating all these other women, and he had her on the bench. Okay? So another person says he only moving her in his house so he can collect that Section 8 payment. He will be her landlord, not her husband. Oh, why y'all have to make me laugh, child? Now the person says Martell only love himself. Arionne Curry is a fool for staying with him. He will never marry her, all for a storyline. That's what it's giving. It's giving that Melody is not on the show anymore, and now I need somebody else, okay, that is going to, give me what I want, and that somebody else is somebody that will always be around. He made sure she will always be around. That's why he impregnated her. A lot of men purposely impregnate women because they feel like this is how I permanently stay in her life and control her, which is what he has did with Melody over the years, taking her back and forth through the court system, trying to get some type of revenge and control over her, because he's mad that she left him because he chose to cheat on her. Like, it's like, these niggas is crazy. They will literally get revenge on you for some shit that they did to you. It's the narcissism of it all. It's crazy to me. Now, the person says he can't move her in. They have to be married because she's not allowed to spend the night according to the custody agreement. Oh, I read this. I think I read some of this. I think I read some of this before. Another person says Martell is a bum. Another person says Hill Harper is the man for Melody. Destiny and them others would dream of a Hill Harper type. Yeah, they would. Destiny wouldn't be able to keep up with him. Destiny like them hood boogers. Another person says, I thought he said he was looking for furniture for his investment property and to move them into his house. I don't know how that's going to work when there was a court order that she can't be there overnight when he has the kids unless he lost custody. I feel like I already read this stuff, guys. He wasn't with her for 10 years straight, and he still hasn't publicly claimed her now. She's a seat filler, that's all. The proof is he said he really wants to be married. She's been begging for a ring, and they're both single. What you waiting on? That's the part I'm talking about. That part right there, okay? Another person says Melody needs to have her man on her arm now whenever she goes. Okay, I can't follow everything you're saying, so I have to stop reading. Oh, somebody asked, how did Martell and Arion meet? Didn't they meet at a barbecue? They had a mutual person that they knew. I guess it was his cousin and her friend or something. Y'all put in the comments. Another person says, hell no, Martell doesn't love Arion. Martell says she feeds his ego, gives him what he wants in the bedroom and outside the bedroom. But wait, all this is going to get old. Either Arionne is going to wise up or Martell is going to get bored when Arionne denies Martell. Wake up, Arionne. The dream is over. Arionne, you're entering into a nightmare. She's already in it. Look out for your children, Arionne. You would always be second. Arionne, you're better than that. Is she? She's been on the bench. Is she better than that? He tried to get her to go down for this revenge, Pete. That's not a man that cares about her. That's something they both can end up in jail over. So how does he care about her when he wanted her to allegedly put information out there about him and Melody, you know, doing what they're doing? So, yeah. Another person says brand new. He said investment property. He also stated that Arionne could not live with him until after the court battle is over. He basically was trying to make the audience believe that he was moving Ari and her daughter and his son in until Destiny asked a question. That question made him have to clarify. He's trying to sell Arionne. Yeah, he keep talking about she's so smart, she's so this. Why you ain't married her? Remember, Melody even asked him that a long time ago. Why you ain't married her yet? What you waiting on? Okay? And how she's wifey material. In the same conversation, he states his divorce is still fresh. Yeah, it's been about 5 years fresh, nigga. Okay? And his kids remind him every day of what they had. Destiny said he was still stuck. Martell denied being stuck. Anyone could see Martell is still stuck and hasn't gotten over what he had with Melody. He does not love Arionne at all. He has to take care of her to make her seem more wholesome for the show. He's stating he's putting her through nursing school. Oh, I thought you put neutering school. Not neutered. Okay. Honey, listen, that's what Miss Robinson thought she saw. Neutering school. She need to go there too. I mean, I'm just saying, shit, okay? Bottom line is, homegirl is broke and unmotivated. She has laid and prayed so hard in hopes of her shot of being on the show. I think he's disgusting. She's not worthy, and the fact that she always wanted to be in Melody's shoes. Yeah, because if you notice, as soon as Melody got off the show, she was like taunting Melody, saying little stuff. I forgot what she said verbatim, but it was like, yeah, don't leave now. Don't leave now. You know, now that the kitchen ain't got too hot, and now, you know, I'm here to, it was something she said, you guys. I'll try to find it, look, and put it on another video, honey, because we ain't got that type of time today, honey, but okay. She's not worthy, and the fact that she always wanted to be in Melody's shoes. It's so sad. I believe the show will go back to drama, hence she has accused all the women's husbands of cheating. Did that interview with Marcel's alleged side piece. The show will be a mess. I think that all of them Scots, will get it in their contract that they don't want to film with her, because she got information on all of them. On Kimmy husband, Latifah husband. Listen, she got some information. She knows something. Okay? Oh, and what is this about Deion Sanders and Karrueche Tran? Like, if you don't get out of here, Shannon Sharpe Part 2, and I call myself being a very big fan of Deion Sanders, and I've always had a crush on him. He's sexy to me. But why is y'all dating these young ass girls? Why? Yeah, but she in her third. I don't get somebody your age. You was over there with Tracy. Tracy fine as hell. You didn't want Tracy? Tracy fine as hell. She all nice and feminine. The way y'all like it, honey. Okay, but it's like they don't be wanting a older woman their age, because they know that a older woman can see they ass. Can see they predatory ass from a mile away. They want somebody young and dumb, full of cum. Okay? And that's what Shannon Sharpe ass get. You better get you a sister now. Red beans and rice didn't miss her. Okay, you better get you a sister, Shannon Sharpe. Like Cat Williams said, honey, he said he is afraid of the white ladies, honey. Yeah, it's the white ladies. Okay, it's the white ladies that's taking y'all through there. Ain't that right, Diddy? Cassie, I don't think she's white. She ain't black, though. She's something else. But, yeah, look at what she did to Diddy, honey. And he deserved it. But y'all keep thinking that y'all go get these so-called good women that's not black, that's racially ambiguous, and, you know, they got that good hair. Okay, Becky with the good hair. Y'all keep thinking y'all gonna run to that and have a good outcome. That ain't the case all the time. Because, honey, but they like to say the black women is the gold diggers. Whenever we want to be treated well and provided for, and, you know, all these things, right? Whenever we want just basic things, you know, we're gold diggers. We're mammies. Who are we? Who are we to want good treatment from our men? Okay, they'll give it to another race. Okay, they'll give it to another type. Not to us, though. But them shit, look, y'all type is, honey, look, I would get off the sweetie in a minute. That's my type. I would get rid of my type, because your type is taking your ass through there. You niggas ain't gonna have no money. Okay, Shannon Sharpe? Mr. Fired from ESPN, you ain't about to have no money. You better leave that alone and go get you another woman, honey. But yeah, what the hell you on OnlyFans for, looking for some cootie cat? Okay, a 19-year-old. They want to be able to manipulate. That's all that is. There may be some age gap relationships that we could kind of take serious, very few. But I think a lot of men that are older, they want a real younger woman so they can control her. Keep her in a burning house. That way she can bow down and acquiesce to all his demands. He can control the purse strings. They want to take care of you because they know that you need them for your survival, right? That's why you should always have your own money. But yeah, it's a mess. But yeah, that Karrueche Tran and Claudia, you messy as hell. I know you cool with Tracy Edmonds, and y'all friends, but I don't think you should have put the business out there like that. But see, I told y'all about Claudia. She always self-sabotages. She was over there on Accidentally Informed. Shout out to her, though, for getting Carlos on there, because you gonna need Carlos to get your numbers and shit up. I told y'all, Claudia needs people for her to, like, really pop off. She do. And then she was trying to take a dig at Nene. She said some little smart ass comment. Something about how Carlos is always taking up for Nene, and Nene be saying problematic shit. Nene owns Claudia, who she is. I think you have different versions of yourself that you're not aware of. Like how y'all stole that damn concept about the two gays and a woman working together. Y'all stole that from Nene, and look how that shit blew up in your damn face. And now you over there. I don't know, I would have talked about it. If Tracy is really a good girlfriend of mine, I wouldn't have put her business out there. And, well, Tracy actually asked Carucci, you know, unless Tracy doesn't mind, you know, you talking about it. Maybe she don't mind. But, Claudia put out there that Tracy actually asked Carucci, was she dating Dion? But if Tracy ain't with him, why would she care? You know? So, I don't know. But I guess Carucci denied it at the time. Maybe they wasn't dating at that time, but I think she too young for him. But that's what these old ass niggas want. Why y'all want these young girls? These young girls trying to hold something. Okay? And they trying to hold a dick that works. Some of y'all shit don't work. Okay? Y'all shit, it don't work. You need that Viagra, honey. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Take it if you need it. If you need it, honey. Okay, so let's see how people are reacting to the whole Chantel Christie being on Carlos King. She actually reached out to him to do the interview. I see a lot of people getting at Carlos and, you didn't ask her the right questions. You guys, he can't make her be accountable. She has to want to do that. She did admit that she went too far, but to me, she's only admitting she went too far with her mother because of the outrage, the public outrage, the embarrassment. She came clean and actually said that Jackie's punch or slap didn't land. She just knocked her into the cameraman, and that's why they was able to get that shot. But I told y'all the bitch was lying when she ran and played the poor perpetual victim to Evelyn and Brandy and tying them. Oh, she hit me. She hit you. Yeah, she put her motherfucking hands on me. And Carlos was like, why did you react like that if she didn't really hit you? Well, I was in the moment. And no, you wanted everybody to fucking feel sorry for you, but you fucked around and found out that your mother bitch is the fan favorite. Okay? She's the fan favorite. People really go up for Jackie. They know she wasn't the perfect mother. Okay? They know that Jackie was raised in foster care for some time. I need to do more research about why was she in foster care. Because remember, the girls are stating, and that's Chantel and Takari are stating, they was raised by their grandmother. And a lot of our grandmothers, these baby boomers, they will be there for their grandkids, but they won't do that. And I know because I went through it with my mother. My mother wanted to show up in a way of protecting my daughter in a way in which she didn't protect me. You know? And that's not right. You have to protect your children. Fuck going out of town all the time. You know, when I was out here trying to travel and shit, you guys, my mother would be like, well, who's watching Shammy? And I wanted to be like, bitch, who was watching us? Okay? Who was watching us while you was out here in these streets when you needed a break from being a single parent? And I get it. I'm not mad at my mother for traveling and living her life, right? When she was a certain age. But don't expect for me to be a fucking mother and put all my dreams and goals and me being outside on hold just because I'm a mother. You can't do that. Because you didn't do that when it was your time to be outside in these streets. You didn't do that. You would drop them. You would drop us off here, there, everywhere. All type of shit happening behind your back you don't know about. So yeah, some of these parents, they do that. They will, you know, they will go up for their grandkids. They're so concerned about them. And then you like, bitch, where was you at when we was going through shit? You was out of town. And you was out here, you know, chasing dick. My mother wasn't like that. She had boyfriends and stuff, but she wasn't no damn pick-me. I am so glad that I did not have a pick-me as a mother. My mother didn't play that shit. She either had a man or she didn't, but she didn't let a man, her not having a man, keep her from living her life. So I did like that. One person says, great interview. The insight there into their relationship is so relatable. Hope they both heal. Carlos, another great guest to have on here. I felt like the interview was actually good. I felt like, I liked that she told Carlos she felt like he was in a safe, you know, he was a safe place for her to land. And she watched his recap and she didn't feel so judged and criticized. And you know, Carlos liked that. But I was like, Carlos, you need to start making the other girls, okay, on your shows feel the way that Chantel felt. Because Akeisha didn't feel, you know, she didn't feel safe and supported on your show. So Gucci didn't feel safe and supported. Winter, Melody, nigga, do I need to say more? Monique Samuel. So where was this, you know, behavior with these other women? But yeah, that was interesting that she felt. I'll say this. I feel like she went on here because she knew her ass was wrong. Okay? Because she wasn't talking like this, you guys, on the damn show. She was pushing Jackie's motherfucking buttons, pushing her to the limit. She admitted on this interview she could have just walked out. She should have walked out. She couldn't. She was being overly triggered. We didn't see everything and all this other bullshit. Girl, we saw you pushing your mother. And then she kept trying to play on this narrative of, well, Jackie was trying to get with Brandy and put me out there to be a lesbian. And girl, you made your mother your whole storyline. Maybe your mother saw you was coming for her and she wanted to parlay your ass into some other storylines with some other people. That way, you know, because I'm pretty sure Jackie didn't want you on here just talking about y'all business. You know? But she said it was Jackie's idea for her to come on the show. But I don't think Jackie thought she was going to do all of this. Because if Jackie really wanted it with that girl, she would have stayed and argued with her. And she would have been beat her ass. Okay? She would have been whooped her ass. Chantel says she also has received, I guess, some fan mail or emails from people saying that they saw themselves in her and thank you for standing up for us, and you know, you did a really good job of standing up for yourself. Carlos talked about how, you know, he didn't feel seen and protected by his father, but once his mother died, he realized he only had one parent. He had to make peace with his father, and he was able to compare that to Chantel, who was raised by her grandmother, and how she then had to form a relationship with Jackie because she lost her support system in her grandmother, her and Takari. And I could see that, so I understood that, and I'm glad that Carlos enlightened us on, you know, that whole thing, right? Like, oh, so, you know, you chose to really open up to your mother, you know, because you did lose your grandmother who was cooking your meals. Chantel also mentioned that the grandmother, she was the grandmother's caretaker before her grandmother passed from cancer. I remember Jackie's mother early on the show. Jackie adored her mother, you know. I did believe some of what Chantel said about Jackie as far as, I don't don't believe that Jackie is totally innocent. I'm not one of them people. I see the crazy in Jackie. I see the bipolar in Jackie. We'll say allegedly, because she ain't been diagnosed just yet. Not that I know of. But I see it with Jackie where she'll be talking shit probably when the camera is not on. Then when the camera on, you know, she's saying certain stuff and making certain stuff seem a certain way. I have dealt with that, and I do know what that looks like and how that could trigger you. So I understood some of that. Another person says, for me, it's not even about the fight. It's about the fact that she was teaming up with her mom's ops. Yeah, Evelyn, yep. The season of disrespect and trying to turn Jackie's co-workers against her. Yeah, that was nasty work. That was nasty work. One person says, mother is a title that defines a relationship, but it doesn't describe a connection. Wow, wow. That's an aha moment right there. Shout out to you, honey. So your offense is valid based on your experience, not her. So another person comments to that person and says, it was clear that their relationship was dysfunctional. Fine, she's not a good mother, but the bullying, harassing, cussing at Jackie, trying to humiliate her. She was trying to sabotage Jackie on the show. That's what that was. Chantel is a master manipulator. She is. Trying to humiliate her, being an op, and then pushing her mother was unnecessary. She's a grown woman. Go about your business. If she's so horrible, why join her circle? Chantel said these are not Jackie's friends. I concur. Malaysia was kind of Jackie's ride or die. Because when Jackie didn't have nobody season 6, Malaysia stood up to Evelyn, Shawnee, all of them. Malaysia not there no more because she see the bullshit that they on. She didn't like when, you know, they came to her with the bullshit. Other than that, her ass was slightly here for it, honey, okay? I'll never forgive Malaysia, honey, for picking up that damn table and throwing it. That was too much. That was just unnecessary. And then you're out here, like, defending your ex-husband and making it so easy for him to see the kids and, you know, I don't know. I just don't like when women do that. They act one way with women, and then with a man that's treating them like shit, they bend themselves into a pretzel and bow down and acquiesce and tolerate the worst from a man. It's like you should have been throwing the damn table, girl, at his ass, okay? Not Jennifer. And the way Jennifer didn't move, honey. Okay, Jennifer said, shit, honey, I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to stand here. I ain't scared of you, LaQuisha. Okay, so let's see what some more people are saying. Chantel, we literally watched Jackie try to shut down every conversation that involved your name. No, ma'am, don't gaslight us. The best question that Carlos asked her was, why did you go back and tell the girl she hit you? She sat there and said Jackie didn't hit her. Yeah. Yeah. She also said that Jackie was going to speak out on her behalf and tell the people on the internet to stop dragging her, right? But she was like, yeah, but she shouldn't be contacting my brother to tell me that. She should be, girl, shut up. Jackie has a right to be mad with you. Jackie has a right to have boundaries with you. Jackie has a right to not trust you. She does. So, you know, it's double standards with Chantel. It's okay for Chantel to not introduce Jackie to her husband. It's okay for Chantel to keep the grandchildren from Jackie. It's okay for Chantel to have all these boundaries. But Jackie can't have none. Jackie should be trying to blow up her phone and apologize to her. Girl, you got unrealistic expectations of your mother after what you all have been through in front of the camera. Oh, she also, Chantel, she called out Ming. Felt like Ming was being fake for all of a sudden seeing the footage play out and now being on Jackie's side and now wanting to apologize to Jackie. She's unfollowed Ming. See, you're being manipulative. Yeah, I'm not saying that she has to be on my side. Bitch, yes you are, Chantel. Chantel literally says one thing, you guys, and does another, and then acts as if we're stupid. I'm not trying to get all them girls to be on my side. That's what you were doing when you told Jennifer, why don't you just tell Jackie that if she treat me a certain way, you'll just stop talking to her. See, that's trying to make decisions for these grown-ass 50-something-year-old women. Girls, stop it. You hustled backwards and you lost. Another person says, it's still no excuse for Chantel's behavior. Counseling handles this. Never once did Chantel demand counseling. Chantel says she's been in counseling for over 10 years. Stop going because it's not working. Some of you all like to say that you're in counseling because it sounds nice, not because somebody is really doing their damn job with you. Another person says Jackie is not perfect, but I believe Jackie is damned if she does and damned if she doesn't with Chantel. Another person says, I'm glad Carlos had a greater understanding because we all still lost AF. What did Jackie do to her? She didn't like Jackie's parenting style and didn't want to be disciplined as a child is all I heard. I think it's wrong for Jackie if she did tell Takari and Chantel, yeah, go clean your room or your father's going to kick you down the stairs. And that's a little bit too, yeah, that's just crazy, okay? The whole situation with the colorism with Takari, that was wrong, okay? I don't believe these girls are lying on Jackie because normally, like, why would a child lie about what they've been through with their parents? What do they have to gain? What Chantel has weaponized what has happened, and she's trying to make Jackie pay by sabotaging her, on the show with her coworkers, making them choose a side, telling them all the stuff that Jackie put her through, when they don't really care. They don't. And she was telling them more and more information about her mother so that they would be on her side, so that they would feel sorry for her. Why do you think she ran and told them that Jackie hit her? She didn't say all the shit that she did up into, which is why Ming is now saying sorry to Jackie. But why you getting mad at Ming? Why you now mad at Brandy and the rest of them? Because they saw the shit play out. That's what happened. What happened is what happened. But she has a subjective bias about the situation because she's involved in it and she believes everybody should be on her side. Okay? So yeah, you was a victim, Chantel, in your childhood somehow, some way because of Jackie's actions. I'll give you that. But you are not a victim down to the basketball bullies. Because you have been around for long enough to know that them women don't really see it for your mother. And by you, like, being cool with them, you know what I'm saying? Telling them all your business, knowing they don't see it for you or your mammy. Okay, they just want to live vicariously through you all. That way they will have a storyline. Hell, we didn't even stop talking about Jennifer's scamming ass husband. Now we just focused on you and Jackie, and Evelyn loves snaking Jackie and trying to make her look bad. So this is par for the course when it comes to Evelyn. This is what she does. Statement of the day. If you hate your mama that much, then get off her job and that she has held down without interruption for the last 14 years. Oh, Chantel also mentioned to us that she doesn't need Jackie's money. I don't believe that because you wouldn't come to her job looking for work. She said that she was that girl that went out and got a job at Walmart and went and got management positions. You're not doing that shit now. You are a basketball wife right now due to your mother being a basketball wife. You got your son in modeling because your mother had you in modeling. You are literally modeling your mother. Your behavior on the show. Cussing at your mother. She said she's not being disrespectful by calling her mom Jackie. She did slip up, though, and call Jackie mom. But I still feel like that's kind of disrespectful. But if Jackie don't mind, I guess I shouldn't, right? Some people do call their mother by their first name. Shammy know better with me. You don't know Brandy, girl. Okay? You know mom. She said Doug never treated her the way that Jackie did. That's why she has no ill feelings toward him, and he has always apologized. Meanwhile, Jackie doesn't take accountability. Somebody says she honestly has daddy abandonment issues, and she's blaming her mom because it's easier. She doesn't let Doug take any accountability. He could have changed the household, but chose his career first. Hard truth. Everything was a choice. And the children came second. Yeah. I do believe that Jackie put Doug above the children. I do believe that. That's not something I would have did, but I believe Jackie did that. You could tell all the love and devotion she has for Doug. You know? But maybe that's because of who he has been to her, you know? Another person says, I grew up with a very toxic mother and realized that Jackie is also a messed up mother. But if she was all those things, why be on the show with her? To exploit it for a check, for some money. Another person, she got mad her mama called her impressionable, but girl, which she proved her mama right. Yeah, you are impressionable. Okay? And Brittany is not your real friend. Well, Brittany took up for me. You grown. You don't need nobody defending you. But you got mad that your mother didn't do it. Well, she had been talking so much shit about Brandy, and then she got on camera. Okay, I can kind of see some of that. I can see some of that, but still, she said she didn't want to be in the middle of you and Brandy's bullshiggity. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You grown, right? You can handle your own, right? So it's time for you to show and prove. Another person says, this might be the first Carlos King interview that I could have went without. She got on here to clear her name. So one person says, everyone could have, yet we sat here to be mad. I actually wanted to listen to her. Everyone's so used to taking their mother's harm just because we want her to be so sorry for doing something we could never. I get it. And I'm disgusted. Our empathy and compassion to understand is so void and so vapid. Another person says, I think the real issue that most of us have is she came to her mother's job to do it. We all get it, but why show up to her job with all of this? To me, you can never heal from something that's making you sick. So I think that Chantel should find another therapist, and she needs to go no contact with Jackie. Don't come back to this show. You don't even fit the show. Outside of Jackie, let's forget that Jackie is this girl's mother. She does not fit the show. She doesn't have the easy breezy personality where she gets that you are to go to lunch to talk about these other women. She tried to act like she was so much better than that on this Carlos King interview. Yeah, I'm not like the rest of these women. You kind of are, because your ass is sitting with them. Okay? You kind of are, in a sense. Okay? Another person, Carlos was definitely soft with her. I've seen him ask hard questions and make people take accountability, but in this case, he treaded very lightly. He wasn't really gonna win with this. He wasn't gonna win with this. You know? He wasn't. I kind of agree with what you're saying to a certain extent, but this is her trauma with Jackie. I think he wanted to just hear her side. And he's a Libra. You know, they try to balance everything out. He a dark-sided Libra, though. Which means he will only do, you know, what he did with Chantel for her and a few other people's, honey. That ain't... The bad part of Carlos King is the soft landing that he made for Chantel in this interview. He doesn't have that reputation with other black women that he has actually worked with. This is an interview, so it's easy to be a soft place to land because you're going to get some money out of this and, you know, get the exposure. But he need to be better to his, you know, his... He needs to be better towards the women that work with him, is what I will say, honey. Okay? Another person says, this reminds me of the Shamia and Portia situation. If you have deep-rooted issues with someone, going on TV to try to address it or work them out is not a good deal. It will only get worse. Kind of true, but, you know, that situation with Shamia is... It's the two people. It's Portia doesn't allow Shamia to speak. Portia behaves like a narcissist. Okay? She doesn't allow that girl to speak. She keeps that girl quiet. Shamia is a people pleaser. She bows down and acquiesces and let Portia have her way. That way Portia won't be mad at her. You know? So, yeah. People think that Chantel looks like Doug because she's light-skinned, but this girl is dead on Jackie. She looked like both of them. She definitely talks like Jackie, you know. Another person, she should have never joined the show. Clearly, she knew how everything goes, and if you know your mom, why even entertain her? She plays the victim. Yeah, so y'all let me know how y'all felt about this interview with Jackie, not with Jackie, with Carlos King and Chantel Christie. Oh, one other person says, she received her karma in real time. She allowed Shawnee and the team to make a fool out of her, and they are laughing to the bank. They used her to get Jackie fired, but it backfired. I think it really shocked her that her mom was a fan favorite like that. I think she thought... getting chummy with Evelyn, they could sneak, they can sink and snake her mother. That's what I think she thought. Entitled, arrogant, and spoiled, and egocentric, and unfollowing Ming, she showed her hand. I told y'all, she did want cast members to choose sides. Yeah, but the whole interview, it wasn't that I wanted them to take my side. Like, she literally says one thing and does another. She contradicts herself. Though she claims she didn't. Thumbs up to Ming for being objective and rational. Yeah, and tried to bring up Ming's relationship with her mother. If she thought this interview would change our opinion of her, she was wrong. The interview nobody asked for. I couldn't even watch it to the end. Another person says, Carlos King sat there and flattered this compulsive liar and narcissist. I don't look at him the same way, and he never bothered to hold her accountable for her bad behavior. So, yeah, what do y'all think about it? And I will check you guys out in the next video.